Hello and welcome back to Legends of Ellaria Early Access with me, Bardon. Last time we got pretty much our entire army killed except for these four guys here. I'm sure I'm going to be able to get them killed today. What I want to do though is to go exploring. For two reasons. First, I just want to go and see how far I can get in a certain direction before we kind of run out of places to actually go. And second, I want to give the town time to make some money. So while we're gone, the town should be generating cash for us. And we're just going to head off in this direction. So we're just going to keep following this road until we run out of road. And then when we run out of road, we'll see if there's anything else that we can do. As always, I'd like to talk about the developer for a bit as well. Oh, that's not good. Let's run away from him. Let's let those guys do what they're doing. Oh, they're actually doing a pretty good job, these lads. Let's help them out though. Oh, we got one of ours. Good. But I told you I'd get them all killed. So before we were rudely interrupted, I was going to talk about Larkon Studios. They're doing, I have to say, they're doing a superb job. And that's being reflected in the recent reviews of the game, which have been very positive. And it's great to see that their hard work is being rewarded with people actually acknowledging how well they've been doing with the game. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes if a game starts out with mixed reviews, sometimes that's it. You know, they got their one chance and that's it. People aren't going to try the game, but I think they put in so much effort, and then there was already a dedicated, even before I started playing, there was a dedicated following of this game, because it's been around a pretty long time, way longer than I've been playing it. And through them, I think they've been able to get the word out, and that's pretty amazing, I think. See, we managed to kill these two guys. You see how let's go into tactical view. But we can't because we're getting attacked. But we're getting killed and we don't. Uh-oh. Gonna get killed on the way. Help us out there, please, buddy. There we go. He's gonna get killed. To get rid of them. It looks like they just keep spawning here. So we're going to probably end up getting all of our guys killed. We'll still take some cash though. Cash is nice. I live in the country where cash is king. Here in Japan, nobody uses credit cards, or hardly anyone uses credit cards. And bank transfers are ridiculously convoluted. Nobody pays by anything by direct debit or anything like that. It's all basically get a physical bill in the post, then go to the konbini and pay your bill. That's how almost everyone in Japan does it. I just think it's crazy. People think when they hear Japan, they think, oh, it's so technologically advanced and it's light years ahead of everybody else. And in certain things, that's true. But in other things, they're so backwards, and there's hardly any middle ground. Either it's the most advanced in the world, or they're just like in the Stone Age, which is crazy. And the banking system is definitely in the Stone Age in this country. Take it from someone who's worked in banking for a very long time. See, that guy survives. Oh, they got him just as they were going down. They managed to get him. Yeah, and the goblins don't have money. I don't really want to. I suppose we'd give the money to his family. At least that's what I'm going to say. We can't actually give the money to his family. But if you watch my last video, I talked about having families and things like that in the village would just make it feel more real. And hopefully Larkon can do that. Or I'm hoping that's the way they want to go with the game. Rather than just make it, everything about everyone in the game has to be like a fighting unit or something like that. It'd be nice if they decided, oh, looks like some more guys are going to die. Let's go into tactical view again. Okay, now, how do I order them around in this view? That's construction. There you are. Okay. You guys, oh look, that's strange. So the soldier portrait actually looks like a woman, and I talked about last time having more women in the game, because there's just the single. You guys, what does that actually do? Well, whatever it does, we need to run. Run away. Yeah, there we go. Then just put a bunch of these down. Take these guys out. So I'll let them die, and I'm just gonna head off on the road, because the plan was just to keep going, was to explore. Hopefully I haven't got myself turned around. There's a 50-50 chance. Oh, I think we have, yeah. I was going to say there's a 50-50 chance we're going to end up back at the village. I think that's the goblin village over there. Yeah, which we just went by. We need to be going this way. Where's our road gone? That's it. Over here. Okay. Let's just let them fight. I'm not going to be able to save those guys. And something as well that Larkon might think about is, wow, oh, yeah, those guys just teleported to me. So how the hell, what was that? How did the guy just pop in? But if they're too far away, they teleport to you. So they should be able to drag them along. What I was going to say is, hopefully Larkon think about putting in a tutorial section for using the tactics section with your units, because that would be very, very useful for people, especially given that the way the game plays now, and I talked about the Elder Scrolls game before in relation to this, the way it plays now is similar to an Elder Scrolls type game, where we're basically adventuring around and we do quests and we fight. So in terms of actually using the tactics screen and they're fighting the outcasts, using the tactics screen and ordering the troops around, that's something that someone who comes from those types of games isn't going to have. They're not going to have the experience of doing that. So I think it would be good if they added something in to help you. Maybe like just a small scenario where it's like you've got a few archers and a few soldiers, and then it shows you, okay, get your soldiers and place them here, and get your archers and place them here. And similar to if I know the name of the game now. I've played the game loads of times. Fort Triumph. If you know Fort Triumph and they have the tutorial for that, similar to that, where it just, it's pretty short, but it goes through the basics of the movement and shows you how to do it. And I think that would be a pretty nice thing to have in the game. So it looks like this road just loops around. There's the village. So if we keep following this road, we should get back to our own village. Yeah, there's where the undead guys are. And then on the other side of that is our village. I now want to go somewhere different. What I'm going to do is, I know there's a path here, and I'm going to follow the path up and see what I can find. So we've been this way before and we found a rift golem, but then the cave beside the rift golem we couldn't get into. I'm hoping to be able to come up here, kill the rift golem, and then be able to go into that cave. I'm hoping that it has now been added into the game. Is there a switch back there? No, there isn't. Let's keep going. Okay, that's blocked off. Interesting. Was it up this way then? Or is there... Well, I think we've been in that cave before. So I don't think it's that cave. But it's somewhere around here where we found the rift golem. It was the first rift golem that we saw. So it might be... I don't think it was in here though. So there might be another place. It might be up there. Let's go check up there. If there's a road off to the side going up, that will be the one. But I don't remember it being close to the village. I remember there being some kind of, some separation between them. Okay, we need to jump to there. And again. Okay, good. I keep hearing almost like the archers are there shooting. I know they're not because they're gone now. Managed to get rid of all of my army. I'm gonna try climb up here and see if I can get over to the other side of the mountain. Because I'm very curious to see if we can find somewhere new to go. And I hope in Larkon's plans that making the map bigger or opening up new areas of the map is something that they're going to do. Because at the moment I seem to have gone through all the quests that are available. Oh, this looks like invisible wall time. So we can't go any further there, unfortunately. So we found kind of the limits of where things are. So we've got one mountain range in the center, which we can climb and go over. But then the map, although we don't have the overall map, it seems the map is maybe circular or something similar to that, and we're encircled by mountains. So we're encircled by mountains, then there's a small mountain range in the center. I want to go over into this cave and have a bit of a look in here. So these guys are the guys that joined us. I'd actually like as well, before there was an, oh, I don't think we can. Maybe, oh, we can. Okay, let's go in. Before there was the leader of the village rather than just villagers, and I'd like him to reappear in the game. Oh no, not this place. Well, we'll have a bit of a look around. Hello. Ooh. Hey, I was being nice. Well, seeing as you're not being nice, I won't be nice. Yep. You get yourself killed. It would be nice to have... Can we take this? Yeah, we can. Great. Some iron for us. As I said, it'd be nice to have more areas to explore. More buildings to build. More interactions. Just more. Like the game is really good. It just needs... I think now it just needs to have more in it. They've been working very diligently on getting the bugs fixed, which I think is excellent. And they've been working as well on implementing some of the extra features that they want to put in the game. But I think if you're talking about putting in the, say, the RPG leveling, the, what was the other one? The siege weapons and stuff like that, I think you need to have more for people to do in the game. Right now, I think for me, I'd be going over old ground, but it was certainly interesting to go around the loop, because normally we just left one place and we were doing a quest, so we knew where we wanted to go, and we just followed the directional arrow, and then got to the place that we wanted to go to, and did whatever we needed to do, killed wherever we needed to kill, or got wherever we needed to get, and then headed back. So we never really had that thing where we left with no clear aim of what we want to do, just to explore. And so, first off, the way that they've designed the map, I think, is pretty good. In that it's, you know, they packed a lot of stuff that you can do in a pretty small area. And if they keep doing that as the game expands, I think people are going to be very happy. It's great to have big maps, but if you have big maps and all of the stuff for people to do is very spread out, then it feels very grindy, because a lot of the time is spent traveling. But if you have big maps and there's just a ton of stuff for people to do, then people are just going to be happy. And that's what hope that they're going to go for, is make the map bigger and then give people a lot of stuff to do in there. I think that's the one we got. Yeah, it is. It's very important when... it's very important to run right now. I think it's very important, though, for a game like this, that we keep giving people stuff to do. Because I've said it before, there's a lot of games that people, you know, are interested in, that want to try. And the problem with that for someone like Larkin Studios is that if someone wants to try a different game, and simply because there hasn't been an update, there hasn't been new content added to this game, and then people decide, oh, okay, well, while I'm waiting for that, I'll try out this other game. Well, trying out the other game can turn into playing that instead. Playing that instead of Legends of Ellaria, rather than playing it until new content is there. So it's something to be cognizant of, is that if you get a lot of people, like now there seems to be a ton of people trying the game out, you do need to have the content there to keep them around. So hopefully, I think they are though, because they've set a great pace in terms of the patches, getting stuff patched in terms of fixes, and also getting new content into the game as well. So I think that they're going to be able to pull their off. They're going to be able to keep people interested by just churning out more and more stuff for people to do. Hello.
Hey.
Okay, let's just run over here and then put 1, 2, 3. That should take care of you guys. Yeah, you're gonna die, buddy. Whether you like it or not. In terms of what they've done so far with the game, they it's pretty good work. It's pretty it's not the most amazing graphics, but I don't think you necessarily need the most amazing graphics in a game like this. It just has to be graphics that people say, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it was made in the 1980s or something. So from that perspective, that's good. And then the main thing to do is, as I said, have the content there for people. People are gonna enjoy playing the game. Let them have fun, and just keep the content coming. And I think, as I said, I think they can do that. But it's just a case of, when you're talking about things like quests, when you set the game up first, you can have a number of quests, and then it can. The problem then is trying not to make the quest too repetitive. So when we started, we had like quests to go to caves and secure, say, a supply of iron, or a supply of gold, or a supply of wishstone for the village. But then once you've done that, you can't really, you can't go back and do that again. You can't just keep doing quests like that. So it's important to expand the number of quests, but also the number of types of quests that people can do. So something like, say, if we now have 2 villages. We've got our own village that we're building, and then we have the village who joined us. So you could have something where one village is transferring goods to the other village, and the quest is to make sure that the wagon or wherever they're using to transfer gets to its destination, okay. And the reason you're there is because the caravan has been raided a few times, and they want you to go and make sure that it gets there, and then deal with any threats that pop up along the way. That'd be interesting, because it'd mean that you would have to keep pace. You couldn't just wait for the enemies and deal with them at your leisure. You'd have to keep pace with the caravan, and you'd also have to ensure the caravan was safe and draw enemies away from the caravan. So I think that for me, something that would be fun to do. And it's just, just kind of throwing out ideas for Larkon to maybe think about. Oh, nice, some more iron. Then also in terms of, oh, it's one of these guys. Okay, well, you're not too difficult to kill, thankfully. Just need you to run over that, if you don't mind. You can do it in your own time. I'm gonna head off. Also, it would be nice to see, in terms of the building of the village, to be able to have more stuff related to building the village, because that stopped a bit early as well. It'd be nice to have more building types to build. Like, say we've got archers now because of the village that we took on, but let's say that if we built up that village and build an archery range there, then the archers would be better. And if we built, say, an extension to the barracks that could provide extra training for the soldiers, then the soldiers would be better. Stuff like that, so that we have to work to upgrade the buildings as well. We're given quests to do that. And some of them can be fetch quests, because, you can't really have a game like this and not have fetch quests. Oh, we need a key for that. Okay. I think that's where the guy is, or where the captain of the guard was. So we just have to I'm just looking to find a way out now. I know that there is a way out, so we just have to find it and use it. Oh, we took that. Yeah. I think that has no doors. Oh, it does have a chest though that we didn't loot. And then in terms of other quest types that might be added into the game, so you'd have that kind of guarding quest, you'd have upgrading quests. We've already got fetch quests and kind of, I call them bounty quests, where you're told this person needs to die. But you could have other quests as well, where it could be, make it a bit more personal. So it could be something like, say finding out information, where you could be given a quest, say by the mayor or our advisor, and maybe he's telling you, say my son or whoever has been acting a bit strange lately, can you find out what's going on? And then you could go and investigate by, say, talking to people around the town who know him. He could give you hints and say, if you go talk to so and so, maybe they know what's up, and maybe they'll tell you that I'll give you the information, but you have to do something for me in exchange. And then you do whatever, and then that could be like a fetch quest. That'd be fine, because then it's part of the overall quest line. And then, you know, you can do things like that where it could turn out that the person that they're talking about is maybe a spy for the outcasts, or it could be that turns out that actually no, nothing like that is going on. What's actually going on is that the person is in love with someone that, say, maybe the father doesn't approve of him or something like that, and they've just been sneaking around behind the person's back. And then you get maybe the option to either dob them in, or to maybe to give your blessing to their marriage and let them get married. And it would be completely, you know, you'd have choices, rather than now the way a lot of the quests are is it's do XYZ, quest ends, and it only has one ending. But it'd be nice to have ones like that where there would be other things that could happen at the end of a quest. Oh, I didn't need that. I meant to just take it off again. You got one of these crazy guys. Oh, I thought it was one of the other guys. It's not. We're gonna die anyway. So I am gonna go back and use the portal. I just want to check around to see if there's anything that I can grab before we go, because resources are always nice. And it would be great as well to have things like having to maybe get a certain amount of resources to build something spectacular. So at the moment we're just building what I would call kind of normal buildings. But if you could build something, you know, amazing, like a wonder or something, that, and it's going to cost a lot to do that, then that, I think that would be really cool. We're going to head on down here, and I think we're going to use the portal, because looking at the time, I'm just about out of time for the video. But if you have, you know, first of all, I want to ask, what do you think about the game, is the first question. And the second one then is, what kind of suggestions do you have in terms of the game's development? Do you want to see more quests in it, or do you want to see more on the fighting side of things being developed, or more on the tactical side of things being developed? What do you want to see? Because I do know that some of the guys from Larcon watch my videos, and if you have any suggestions of quests that could be added into the game, quest types, or any kind of little tweaks to quests that are already in the game, I think you should post them, because when a developer is making a game, they have a vision for the game, and sometimes they can get a bit of tunnel vision of, okay, these are the things that we're going to focus on. And then someone who isn't that kind of laser focused can make a suggestion, and they can think, oh yeah, that's amazing, why didn't we think of that? We should definitely put that in the game. And that could be your idea. You don't know, like, you know, it could be my idea, it could be your idea, it could be anybody's idea. But if you don't express it, then we won't know, because they'll never see it. So I would encourage you to post comments and with any suggestions that you have. But for right now, we are out of time for this video. As always, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting this video, this series, and my channel. If you feel that you enjoyed the video, maybe you will consider hitting the like button, or sharing on your favorite social media or with your friends. But for right now, that's it, and I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right, and check out some other videos here on the left.